This is a session of yoga breathing and stretches using a length of fabric. These breathing exercises, movements, and yoga poses are designed to improve balance, to strengthen the arms, the legs, the abdominals, to improve flexibility, thereby protecting the lower back from undue strain, and to calm the mind by focusing on a sustained pattern of breathing. I'm using Gurmentor's Breathing App to keep the pace of breathing throughout the exercises. The breaths you hear will come from the Breathing App. I've set the sequence to flow with the movements and the pranayam, the breathing sequence. If you can't follow exactly, don't fret. The breathing is a guide to keep you moving and staying aware in the moment. The first set uses a 3-second inhale, a 1-second pause, then a 5-second exhale, and a 1-second pause. The exhale is longer to allow you to really let go. During breathing exercises, use the exhale to visualize letting go of tension. During the movements, use the exhale when you exert, when you're pushing, releasing, or in a way, cleansing. The next set of breathing is quick half-second breaths. These are meant to energize and bring the heart rate up, giving a good strengthening effect. The last set of breathing repeats the pace of the first sequence. Follow along as best you can. You can always modify the poses by sitting in a chair or by not bending so deeply. Pay attention to your own abilities. Be aware of what you are needing at this moment. Try to respect your own body's signals. Let's take a moment to find a quiet space. You can be barefoot or wear supportive shoes. Use a yoga mat or a soft but not slippery surface on which to practice. Maybe even sand if you happen to be on a beach. Have handy a 1 yard or 1 meter length of fabric. It could be a scarf, a towel, a pillowcase, whatever you have handy that feels good in your hands. You might want a little bit longer one if you feel like you're less flexible, or tie a couple together. Here I have a length of pure cotton, sheer cloth. Have your fabric ready in your hand. Stand with your feet together or a bit apart and take a few calm breaths. We'll begin with a Pranayam Sequence. Now bring your feet about hip distance apart. Hold the fabric in each hand about 2 feet apart or wider. You may need to adjust your hold as the sequence continues. See how you feel. Stand tall and bring the cloth down with your arms straight. Look at the center of the cloth. Focus on it. If you have trouble doing the movement while keeping your gaze fixed on the cloth, then you can just look straight ahead. But try it first. You'll be exploring your balance. Now, keeping your gaze on the cloth, inhale, raise the arms up high. Your chin is lifting, following the movement. Pause at the top. Keep the buttock muscles engaged. This helps with your balance and it helps protect your lower back in any extension. Exhale, bring the arms down, keeping your gaze on the cloth. Repeat. Do another. One more. Now, keeping the cloth wide or even wider, separate your feet. Nice wide stance. Look ahead this time. As you inhale, straighten up, reaching up, arms straight and wide. Exhale, bend the knees and stretch the cloth behind your head. Try not to stretch your chin forward. Keep your head straight. Inhale, straighten and reach up. Exhale, bring the arms forward and back down as you bend the knees. Repeat. Inhale, rise up. Bend the knees, being careful to engage the abdominal muscles and not tilting the hips forward. Keep the lower back from arching. Tummy tucked in. If you're bending too deep and your hips are moving forward and your lower back is arching, then don't bend it as deeply so you can protect your lower back. Exhale, extend behind the head, knees bent. Inhale, rise up, straighten up. Exhale, forward and down, bending the knees. Be aware of keeping the abdominals engaged. Keep the tummy tucked in. One more. You decide how deep you come into the bend. Now, keeping the wide stance, inhale and reach up. Keeping the buttocks engaged, exhale, lean to one side. Stretch the cloth. You can also do this in a chair. Inhale, straighten back up. Exhale, lean to the other side. As you're leaning to the other side, keep aware of your core muscles. Tummy is tucked in, tailbone is tucked in. And as you straighten back up, feel how it is to pull with your arm, to rise up. Exhale, lean. Try to stay in the plane of the legs, to the side, not leaning forward, not leaning back. We're doing this rather slowly, so you can really be aware of keeping the tummy tucked in, keeping the tailbone tucked under, and not going deeper than you really need to. And that's up to you. But you want to feel a good stretch along the sides of the body, and even the inner thighs, depending how wide your stance is. Now, keeping the wide stance, inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring the fabric behind your head with your knees bent. Then inhale, lift the chest, engage the buttock muscles, keep the lower back from arching. Exhale, turn the torso to one side in a little twist. Inhale, turn to face forward. Exhale, turn to the other side. The elbows are lifted, chest is lifted, and you're stretching the fabric. Inhale, forward. Exhale, turn. Try to keep the knees fixed. If this means turning less, then turn less. You don't want the knees to be moving. Intend to keep your lower body fixed. Inhale forward. Exhale, turn. Last one. Inhale forward. Exhale, turn. Inhale forward. Exhale, turn. Inhale forward. Then inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Let's do a neck stretch. So bring your feet about shoulder distance apart. Take the cloth around your head and hold the ends in one hand. Relax the other arm along your side. Then gently tug on the cloth to gently stretch the side of the neck. Listen to your own cues. Don't overdo the stretch. Take a few breaths, using the exhale to relax, release tension, let the neck and shoulders relax while maintaining a good posture. Standing tall, tailbone tucked in, tummy is engaged. Now the other side. So wrap the fabric around the other side of your head, switch hands, and just a gentle tug to feel a wonderful stretch in your neck. You want your ear to be reaching towards your shoulder. Your head is not going at a forward or backward angle, just right out to the side. Then inhale, release. Now prepare for balance poses. If you need to use a chair for balance, then have one nearby. If you balance with a chair, you can hold the chair with one hand and with the other hand press into the raised thigh. Fold the fabric in half and hold it in each hand. Stand tall. Find a focal point. Secure one foot into the ground. Strengthen the whole leg, feeling tall. Feel the energy rising up. Foot is firmly placed into the ground. Then raise the opposite leg. Keeping your gaze fixed, press the cloth into the raised thigh. At the same time, keep the knee lifted. The chest and abdominals are working isometrically. Hold your balance for a few breaths. As you're lifting your knee, you're using your abdominal muscles. As you're pressing down on the cloth, you're using the chest and arm muscles. Now relax. Prepare for the other side. Secure your weight on the other foot. Feel tall, confident. Keep your focal point. Ground the foot. The leg is solid like a sturdy support. Raise the other knee. Press the cloth into the thigh. Engage the chest, the abdominals. Feel focused and strong. Breathe. Now rest. Prepare for another chariot pose, this time holding the fabric without folding it. Secure your foot. Strengthen your leg. Find your focal point. Hold the cloth in front of you loosely. Lift the knee. Bring the cloth in front of the shin just below the knee. Now draw the elbows up and pull the knee towards the chest. Keep your chest lifted, your back erect, your gaze fixed. Control your chariot. Try to draw the shoulder blades down without lowering the elbows. Nice, strong, and tall. Hold and breathe. Release. Stretch it out. Prepare for the other side of chariot pose. Hold the fabric in front, choose your focal point, raise the knee, bring the dora just below the knee, onto the shin, and pull in with your arms and chest, elbows lifted. Breathe. Feel the chest rising as you breathe in. If you want to intensify this pose, at the same time that you're pulling in with your arms, push away with your knee. You'll be working more of the abdominal muscles this way. Release. Stretch it out. Take a wide stance as before. Turn one foot out and the other foot in like you're doing a warrior pose. Hold the cloth a few feet apart in each hand. Inhale, reach up as you're facing forward. And as you exhale, turn the body towards the foot that's pointing out. Go into a lunge and bring the cloth to your thigh, or wherever you can reach without leaning forward. Keep the torso tall. Keep the tailbone tucked in so you don't strain your back. Inhale, facing forward, rising up, straightening the legs, then lean towards the other side with the legs straight. Exhale, rise up, turn, and go back into the lunge. Try to keep your shoulders above the hips as you're in the lunge. Don't lean the torso forward as you lunge. Keep your buttocks engaged. You choose how deep your lunge will be. Inhale, face forward and lean to the other side. And repeat. One more. Inhale up and forward. Now switch the position of your feet. The other foot points out and the opposite foot points inward. Repeat the lunges on the other side. So your inhale, reaching, exhale, turning, and lunging. The knee should not extend beyond the ankle. This you can also do seated, if you wish. Let's get ready for floor work. Come onto your knees. Curl the toes under if that feels okay for you. Otherwise, you can keep your feet flat. Feel like your thighs are pulling in towards each other. The inner thighs are active. Place one hand on your hip. Grip your hip gently to remind you to keep your core muscles engaged. As you inhale, raise your free arm. Exhale, lean to one side. Go to your own level. Feel the stretch along the side of the body. Keep the thighs active, pressing towards each other. This engages the inner thighs, protects your lower back. And as you press your hand into your hip, you're also reminding yourself to keep the tailbone tucked in so the lower back is not arched. If you like, you can turn the head slightly to look up. You decide. Release. Prepare for the other side. Place your other hand on the other hip. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean. Hold while breathing and staying actively engaged. Feel the chest also expanding, not collapsing into the stretch. Hold. One more breath. Now release. Let's do a great breathing exercise for the lower abdominals. It's also good for your digestion. Breath of resolve. Sit on the heels. If you can, curl the toes under. Palms on each thigh. Inhale as you lift the chest. Exhale, fold a bit forward and pull in the abdominals. Do this series of inhale, exhale each time, pulling in the belly button towards the spine as you breathe out. Make the belly small, compressed. You can do variations of this breath of resolve, holding for different lengths of time. Experiment. One more. Now do a few cat-cow breaths, coming onto all fours. Hands under each shoulder, knees under the hips. Inhale, press the belly down as you lift your chest and head. Exhale, start the movement from the tailbone, curling it under, separating each vertebra, stretching between the shoulder blades, then let the head relax. Luxuriate. Just feeling the rhythm, feeling the fluidness of your spine. Then beginning with the tailbone, press the belly button towards the earth. Lift the chest, lift the head last. Curl the toes under if that feels okay for you. Inhale, strengthen the arms. Exhale, lift the knees ever so slightly. Feel the strength in your abdominals. One more. Let's now come onto our stomach. Stretch out. Bring your arms forward. Lengthen the legs. One at a time, stretch each leg back and reach the arms forward. Picture a swimmer. Inhale and get ready. On the exhale, raise one leg on the opposite arm, looking ahead. Stretch, reach, Inhale and lower back down. You can place your forehead on the mat. Then exhale, raise the other arm and opposite leg, looking ahead, reach. Inhale, rest. Exhale, repeat. First one side and then the other. Stretch. Inhale, relax. Exhale, lift. Now lift to your own comfort level. The buttock muscles are working as you lift the leg. If you prefer, lift only an arm or only lift a leg. You can isolate the movement if you prefer. Feel yourself getting longer and taller. One more. Now rest in child's pose. Sit on your heels, rest your forehead, relax the spine. If it feels good, just sway from side to side ever so slightly with your hips, relaxing the spine, enjoying the release. Now let's come to the knees for a series of quick breaths doing piston push-ups. Curl the toes under if you can, otherwise keep the tops of the feet on the mat. Inhale, bring the body forward, and as you exhale, push back like a piston. Keep the legs strong. Feel like the thighs are pulling in towards each other, keeping those inner thighs engaged. This will protect your knees. Come as far forward as you're able, then push back. Try to keep your elbows pretty close to your body. Exhale, push. One more. Now let's come to our side. You can prop up on your elbow or lie down on your side. Bend one knee, the other leg straight. Exhale, lift the straightened leg. Keep the chest lifted, abdominals engaged. Lift on each exhale. Now bend the other knee forward and straighten the other leg. These movements will be smaller. Lift the straight leg on each exhale. Work the inner thigh. One more. Now turn around to work the other side of the body. Raise the top leg on the exhale. The lower knee is bent. Exhale, lift. Then switch so the lower leg is straight, the upper knee is bent. Small lifts. Feel the inner thigh engaged. Now rest. Now let's have a seat. Bring your fabric. Sit tall with your legs stretched out in front of you. Bring the fabric around the bottom of your feet, of both feet. Slowly draw your torso forward, using the fabric to inch forward. It's important you think about drawing your navel forward. It's more important than bringing your head forward. So think of lengthening out the lower back by focusing on the navel, the belly button. If you like, bend and straighten one leg at a time. Very small movements, not bounces. Use the breathing to begin releasing tension. Just go to your own level. Now release one foot from the cloth and bend that knee out to the side. Sit tall holding the fabric, and like the previous stretch, draw the navel forward. If you don't lean far forward, that's fine. Feel the stretch along your hamstring and your Achilles as the foot is flexed. Breathe. If you can, bring your torso a little farther forward. Breathe. Release. Sit tall again, this time for a twist. Keep the fabric on the foot and hold the fabric in the opposite hand. Sit tall and reach the other hand behind you, placing it on the floor. Slowly turn. Breathe. Use the exhale to make small adjustments. Lengthen the spine as you slightly twist. Everything at your own pace, to your own level. Then release, facing forward again. Now with the fabric in the hand of the same side, whether your leg is extended, do a side stretch. You can adjust where you hold the fabric, giving more length or less, depending on your level of flexibility. Bring your free arm overhead and lean to the side towards your foot. Your head is facing forward or looking up, not straining the neck. Use the exhale to continue to release, stretch, and relax, just going at your own pace, at your own level. And release, sit up again. Now straighten the other leg, bend the other knee, and repeat the stretches. First, stretching forward, and visualize the exhale giving you space to lengthen, to create space between each vertebra, to let go of tension, to luxuriate. Come back up. Now do a twist. Now stretch to the side. Come back up. Let's come to our back now. Leave the fabric to the side and let's do some bridge movements. Let's make a beautiful archway. Prepare for the bridge. Bring the heels close to the body. Make the arms long. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the head relaxed and facing up. Slowly lift the hips. Like the cat-cow, think about moving each vertebra, giving each one more room to expand. And release tension. Be good to your spine. Engage the buttock muscles as you lift up and slowly lower down. Repeat. Release. Take the fabric and place the center under one foot. Raise that leg. Keep the other leg straight. Begin straightening the raised leg, breathing and stretching the hamstring. You'll also be stretching the Achilles as the foot is flexed. Reach your leg up at your own level, 90 degree, 45 degree, anywhere in between. Now take the fabric in one hand and straighten the leg and slowly lower the leg to one side, adjusting the fabric as you're in your hand as you need to. Your opposite arm is resting on the floor. Go to your own limit. The longer the fabric, the more leeway you'll have with your stretch. Breathe. Relax. Now carefully bring the leg back up. With the fabric still on the foot, bend that knee. Draw it in towards the chest. Gently stretch the hip. The other leg is straight. Breathe. Now switch the fabric to the other foot. Lengthen that leg up. So you're holding the fabric wide, and if your fabric is long enough, you can stretch your arms out to the side, bringing your elbows to the ground while you're holding the fabric. We're staying in this for a few breaths so you can release and relax the muscles. Then take the fabric in one hand and slowly lengthen out that leg to the side. Breathe, release tension. Now bring the leg back up. Take the fabric in both hands. Bend the knee towards the chest. Stretch the hips. Then release. Now we can use the fabric for additional hip stretches. Place the center behind one thigh. Cross the other leg over that thigh. Hold the fabric in each hand. Slowly tug the fabric towards you, bringing the leg close to the chest. Feel the stretch in the opposite hip. Breathe. Like all of these stretches with the fabric, you decide where to hold the fabric, how much to pull. Go to your own level of comfort, but also a good stretch. Release. Now place the fabric around the other thigh, cross that leg, and pull in. Challenge yourself mindfully. Try to relax the shoulders and even place the elbows on the ground if they reach. Breathe and relax. The next to last pose is a twist. You don't need the fabric now. Bend both knees towards the chest. If you like, you can cross your legs, or you can just keep the legs uncrossed. Slowly lower them to one side. Stretch your arms out in a cross. If your knees don't touch the ground, you can reposition them so they're not at a 90-degree angle, or you can put a pillow under your knees. Try to relax in the twist, making small adjustments to accommodate your neck, your shoulders, your spine, your lower back, your hips. Turn your head towards the opposite side where the knees are bent. Feel the spaces lengthening. Now draw your head forward, bring the knees back up, engaging the abdominals as you do so. Prepare for the other side. You can cross the legs to increase the effect of the twist. Pay attention to your own needs at this moment. Lower the legs. Place your knees on a pillow or even on your balled up fabric if you like, if the knees don't reach all the way to the floor. Relax the shoulders. Turn the head to the other side. Release. Enjoy. Now bring the head facing up. Draw the knees back up. Now you're ready for Shavasana, Nirvana, freedom. Lie back. Straighten the legs. Rest your arms at your sides. Bring the shoulders away from the ears. Lengthen the arms. Let the back of your head sink into Mother Earth. Close your eyes if you like. As you inhale, feel your belly rising. Inhale, healing light. Exhale, release anything that doesn't serve you. Enjoy breathing and being. Now when you're ready, slowly turn to your side. Take a moment before rising up. Thank you for joining me. Peace.